Welcome, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you. Once again, we are overwhelmed by the number of people that are joining us today from right here in Toronto, Canada, to as far away as Australia and almost everywhere in between. For those of you who don't know me, I am Teresa, the chair and co-founder of My Gut Feeling. I am a 10-year stage 2B stomach cancer survivor, and I had 80% of my stomach removed. Stomach cancer changed my life forever for reasons that everyone who has been through it understands. I also have Lynch syndrome, which is a genetic condition that increases your risk of getting many types of cancer. This past year alone, I was diagnosed with T3 ureter cancer and high-grade carcinoma in situ of the bladder and had 3 surgeries, 8 rounds of chemo, and am currently in the midst of a 3-year immunotherapy protocol. I'm so very grateful to be here today and even more grateful that you have all joined us. Katie?
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to everyone that's out there virtually, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Katie. I'm the other half of My Gut Feeling. I am the vice chair and also co-founder of My Gut Feeling Stomach Cancer Foundation of Canada. 10 years ago in 2011, I was 21 years old, diagnosed with stage 1B disease. I also had a total gastrectomy, or 100% removal of my stomach. I had chemotherapy and I had radiation at that time. 10 years later, here I am. I am now a physician assistant working in medical oncology, the GI clinic, and I've come full circle to now treating patients with stomach cancer. I welcome you all here today. We will begin our presentation with a year in review.
Our organization is based on 4 pillars: support and awareness. With this, we hope to dispel the misconceptions about stomach cancer. It is only together that we can face the physical and emotional and spiritual challenges associated with stomach cancer. Education. We provide information on the day-to-day journey of being diagnosed, living with, and surviving stomach cancer. And advocacy. We aim to improve the quality of life, give a voice to the patients and caregivers, and provide peer mentorship based on personal experience with stomach cancer. This is our board of directors. We couldn't do any of the work we do without the incredible guidance of this volunteer board of directors, each of whom who is cause-related. Katie, Lena, and I are survivors. Ramin, Emma, and Ramandeep are caregivers, and Christine is a medical oncologist and the director of oncology at Mount Sinai Hospital in Toronto, Canada. She was also my medical oncologist through my stomach cancer journey. Our medical advisory board is a key part of our organization. It consists of surgical oncologists, medical oncologists, a genetic counselor, a dietitian, and an internal medicine doctor and survivor who specialize in GI cancers. These are the people we rely on to answer our questions and provide medical advice.
Now to start with our pillars. So support, that's definitely the heart of our foundation. Our support groups we've been running for the last 5 years, so it's been our 5-year anniversary. They're held every second Wednesday of every month. They're free, they're virtual, and they're aimed for patients, survivors, caregivers from all across the world. We typically meet people at the start of their diagnosis, and with peer support, we support patients throughout the entirety of their journey. For more information, you can email us and we'll give you the next date of our support group. In addition to this, we've partnered with a new branch of our support system, the Stomach Cancer Sisters. We met Abigail when she was first diagnosed with stomach cancer. She's a young woman and member of My Gut Feeling. She faced uncertainty at the time of her diagnosis, which caused her to turn to online support. She then met Lexi Patton, and together they formed the Stomach Cancer Sisters. It started as a Facebook group and expanded to a support network for young women across the world. We are proud to be able to support their support meetings.
This is our 5th annual education conference. Each year we are asked what the theme is, and each year the answer is the same. We bring the stomach cancer community and the medical community together to educate, open dialogue, and bridge the gap and learn from each other. Oops, I'm getting ahead of myself here. These are some images from the past few years. Our first 3 conferences were in person and live cast. Last year, of course, due to the pandemic, we went completely virtual for the first time. And of course, this year we are virtual once again. In 2021, we began our education series. The aim of these sessions is to deal with one topic specifically and have a very interactive discussion with the presenter and the participants. Our first one on nutrition took place earlier this year and was very well attended.
Advocacy. So this year alone, we're very proud of many things that we've achieved. So the first thing is that we submitted to PCODR, and PCODR is the Pan-Canadian Oncology Drug Review, which is a panel of experts that looks at the efficacy of cancer drugs from scientific review and decides which cancer drugs will be funded in Canada. So My Gut Feeling wrote 2 submissions this year to help approve and fund 2 separate immunotherapy drugs for stomach and esophageal cancer. Because of our submission, these drugs are now free of charge for stomach cancer patients that meet certain criteria. Another project that we're very involved in is called Storming Cancer, which looks at how inflammation can cause cancer, including stomach cancer. We've also partnered with Sunnybrook Hospital in Canada to develop a cancer decision tool to help patients decide on treatment options that are in line with their goals of care. We've also partnered with Zane Cohen Genetics Center as a member of the advocacy team for hereditary cancer study, and in addition, partnered with the Canadian Cancer Survivor Network.
Awareness. Each year we do a media campaign during November for Stomach Cancer Awareness Month. In the past, we have done radio interviews, podcasts, public transit, advertising, newspaper stories. Last year, we went completely via social media, and this year was incredibly successful on both TV and online. We had an interview on one of Canada's national morning shows, which has a viewership of about 500,000 people. And Healthing.ca published a national article about My Gut Feeling that has been syndicated to 70 newspapers nationally that gets about 5 to 10 million views within a year. What a way to raise awareness for stomach cancer. November 30th is Stomach Cancer Awareness Day in Canada, and the campaign is called The Power of Periwinkle. This initiative was started in 2017 with landmarks in just 6 cities lighting up. Last year, in 2020, despite it being COVID, people went out and took incredible shots for us from coast to coast in 21 sites. Here are just some images that have been taken over the past few years. So, we have a very full and interesting program today. A couple of items before we begin. If you have a question, please be sure to type it into the chat section. We will do our best to answer questions either after each presentation or during the panel discussions. We will be having a 15-minute break after the first 4 speakers, And at the end of the day, we will be announcing the winners of some very special giveaways that have been generously donated by survivors and caregivers. So now let's get to the program.